So, you're considering going vegan for the ethics. You watched a YouTube video or saw a demonstration and you felt terrible for contributing to animal suffering. You were told you don't need meat. You were given some information on a piece of paper, words, a hypothesis about what might be possible as opposed to what is actually real. Contrary to popular belief, this belief being held mainly in areas of the world where people feel that thoughts can dictate their nature, meat and other animal products actually contain everything a human needs in order to thrive. Plants have deficits. A vegan diet would not have been possible a very short time ago compared to our entire history on this planet. In fact, abstaining from eating animal products is commonly known as fasting in different areas of the world, and with good reason. Eating meat is what allowed us to even get to this point at all, let alone be capable of having the wherewithal to judge ourselves for being human and for requiring animals to subsist. Nothing is ever going to change our nutritional requirements, especially not in our lifetime. Nothing is going to make supplements act as the real thing. You cannot trick your body into thinking you are nourishing it properly. You will eventually get sick. And if you don't introduce animal products, it could eventually kill you. If you have to resort to praising the resilience of the human body to promote your diet, you are inadvertently admitting that the diet is not good for you. When considering whether or not to go vegan, you may come to understand that you are either going to sacrifice yourself and life for the animals, or you're going to nourish yourself properly. For me, and for many others, it is non-negotiable. As an adult, you should be able to make the decision for yourself, and the choice is yours. Say you don't want to kill yourself for the animals. Say you don't want to starve yourself for the animals. Where should you get your animal products? Because we live in a society, because a great deal of us live and work in the city, we find it difficult to have access to ethically sourced goods. For this portion, I'm obviously going to exclude people who are wealthy, people who live near farms, or people who have the wherewithal to be farmers. Basically, people for whom it's actually quite easy to either acquire ethically sourced animal products or to produce them themselves. I'm not sure how you feel, but I'm pretty sure that most people do not fall into that category. Most people have already established their life in the city or in a place that is remote from farm areas. Are these people meant to starve? There's an argument that people should try to reduce harm as much as possible. One way of doing that is to not support factory farms. The problem is most of our food supply is supported by companies that run those. What would then be a safe food to eat? If a person can't eat any animal products because those are all born out of animal exploitation, this person is meant to starve. A person may have access to a wide variety of non-foods. Non-foods would include any man-made foods, any foods grown with pesticides or insecticides used, grains, especially soy, and a host of other things that basically mean a person has incredibly limited options. What might be left are some locally grown fruits. In any case, having your food shipped causes more suffering than getting what is local to you, so people would be even more limited in what they could eat. Why be so restrictive? Well, that's my question. People who live in cities are the people who provide the people who are judging them with all the things that they take advantage of in their daily life. All the things that they use for entertainment value, all the things that they use to be comfortable in life. And then, from that comfortable position, they spit in the face of the people who are providing them with the things that make life worth living for them. I, for one, cannot simultaneously gloat from a position of privilege that I only enjoy because of the sacrifice of my fellow human beings, look those people in the face and spit in it. Of course, I can't know what people do in their everyday lives, but some of these people appear to not have necessary jobs. The frequency with which they can make and post videos or live streams seem to speak to that. Eating meat is leagues ahead of entertaining for a living in terms of what is necessary. I would have an easier time taking a person seriously if I knew that they were hard-working people For example, people who enjoy the fruits of our labor, but who also don't just work for themselves, but to support other people in society so that they too may enjoy nice things. I understand that animals are suffering. People need to eat. If you have a problem with how the meat, etc., is being acquired, the solution is not to convince millions of people to starve themselves. A better solution would be to tackle the problem from the industry or regulatory side of things. It is not practical to ask millions of people, if not billions of people, to be reliant on pharmaceuticals in order to get by. It is not reasonable to ask people to transfer the suffering from the animals onto themselves. One thing is for certain. In order for humans to survive, they are going to need to eat animal products. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There are a lot of people who are willing to sacrifice humanity for an inflated sense of morality or greed. Perhaps you find these people charismatic. Perhaps you think these people are not asking a lot of you. They are asking for much more than you are giving them credit for.